Hey, I'm Keith from Banshee Bikes here in Sea Otter 2011, enjoying the sunshine. Actually trying to stay in the shade because it's pretty hot today. So I'm going to take you through the prototype Banshee Prime that we got with us here today. This bike is really designed as a 29er that can cope with aggressive riding that most 26ers are going to 26er riders are going to really throw at their bike. It's there, you can ride it hard, you can hit berms hard, jumps, drops. It's not your average 29er, it's a 29er which is slacker, lower, and generally more stiff and aggressive, and really designed to be ridden hard. I'll talk you through a few features. This bike is designed to really ideally work with something around 120 to 140 millimeter fork. Here we got a 140 in the front from Manitou. Prototype fork as well, I'm sure you'll see that elsewhere. The frame itself is, as always for us, 7005 series aluminium. It's about 50% better fatigue strength and overall 10% stronger than 6061. Much stronger frame overall, longer lifespan of the frame because of that. The linkage that the frame uses is a new linkage, which is again a short link virtual pivot linkage, except for the shock is driven by the rear triangle. And the advantage, well, there are many advantages to that, but one of the most obvious advantages to it is the fact that the bushings and the DU of your shock just, they don't rotate as much. If you can see, if I press it down like that, it drives it almost in a straight line, so there's less rotation, and so there's less rotation, so your DU bushings will last longer, and because there's not the stiction of the bushing system in that location, it's going to be a bit more supple over the small bumps as well. The linkage itself is similar to our VF4 bar. We're going to call this the KAS link, and so the system is going to run fully sealed bearings on titanium axles as standard. Titanium hardware throughout, so the axles, the bolts, all titanium. You can save a bit of weight, keep it really strong and stiff. The frame also has an adjustable dropout at the back, which means you can adjust the geometry there without altering any suspension characteristics like leverage ratio or anything like that. The dropout here, it's just chainring bolts, dead simple. You move it from here to here, and it will basically raise the back of the bike up slightly. So your bottom bracket comes up about 10 millimeters, the head angle steepens by 1 degree. The spacing in the rear right now as it stands, because it's interchangeable dropouts, we currently have a 135 by 10 and a 150 by 12, which will come with a titanium rear axle that we've been working on, but it's Maxo compatible as well. So they'll be interchangeable. If there's enough demand, we might start doing all sorts of different systems like the 142 and whatever's out there, 135 by 12. This frame has 30.9 seat tube diameter, so seat posts you can put in all sorts of adjustable seat posts. It's got cable routing for those posts along the bottom of the top tubes, so you can have the remote and the lever. It's going to fit direct mount front derailleur, S3 type, probably from SRAM, but we're still confirming that. As I say, it's a prototype. Currently, in this setup in the low and slack setting, we've got a 67.5 degree head angle, 13.25 inch bottom bracket height, and about an effective 75 degree seat angle, but actually when you put your seat higher, because it's not a true seat angle, it ends up slackening out to around about 73. It keeps you in a good position for climbing, and when you drop your seat down, it's going to rip down the descent, because it's much sort of slacker and more laid back than lots of 29ers out there. And the big wheels, they just roll over things. So yeah, this bike is there to be ridden and to be ridden hard and to really just put a smile on your face.
What's the release date, you think, or how's it work?
Release date for this bike is still to be confirmed. We have currently got a list of a lot of test riders from all over the world who are going to be putting this bike through its paces from this summer through into winter, and then all feedback from that, like we did with our Legend frame, will go into making the final design changes. Little tweaks here and there can make all the difference.